Rise and grind. Come on, hey, new day, new opportunities, new possibilities. Let's crush. Sean Cannell here, and it's a Friday when we're recording this. And so if you're here live, shout me out. It's good to see Sandy and Melissa and Chris. I just kind of seeded this link a few places, and what we're doing is recording one of the revenue sessions from the brand new update to our Video Ranking Academy. But TGIF, come on, the grind includes Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank God we're free. And let me know what you're sipping on, what you're drinking, even if you're watching this on the replay. I don't even know if you'll be able to comment on the replay, but let me know where you're watching from if you're here live. Here's the situation. We've been recording over the last couple days. I didn't quite get to this final session, so you're going to be jumping in on just one session that is a part of over 29 sessions. That's a part of our update to the Video Ranking Academy. I shared this link to this private YouTube recording in our Inner Circle program, in our YouTube Influence Challenge group, as well as with VRA. So if you're new here, you have no idea what's going on, you're just kind of getting a behind-the-scenes look of our more comprehensive program. And thanks so much for being here. And so, what we're doing is we keep our program, the Video Ranking Academy, always current and updated because YouTube's always changing. Plus, we're learning new things about like student and member success and outcomes. We are obsessed with helping 10,000 people create a full-time living doing what they love while making a difference in the world with online video. So actually what we're going to be talking about today is a little bit of mindset stuff. We've been going through all kinds of tactics, all kinds of stuff about research, about reverse engineering your brand, your channel, your videos, tips on recording. We did a couple breakdowns for of a simple video shot with just an iPhone, a more advanced video. We talked about tips for releasing your video, the 50-50 content rule, and rocketing it to success. YouTube analytics, reviewing your video, and how you repeat that whole process. That's like the VRA system. And so again, this is, if it feels out of context, you're really just getting one piece of that overall picture, but it's going to be super valuable. So if you're here, what's up, Florida? Good morning, David. Good to see you. Hey, Saturday in Sydney, James is coming to us from the future. Good to see you, James. Don, great to have you here. Dad Verb, man, good to see you, bro. And thanks for the tip on the stroller. I got the baby on the way. We have like a practical stroller, but I'm still looking for a running one. And I heard you're not supposed to run with your baby till 8 months. So I thought, okay, I have some time. Makes kind of sense. You have a little mistake and you flip over a cliff. Okay, that got dark quick. But anyways, Patrick, good to see you. So grab something to write with, grab a journal. And if you, again, I'm Sean Cannell, wrote a book called YouTube Secrets. You are joining me for a behind-the-scenes recording session, and then this is all going in a members area. If you are a Video Ranking Academy member already, all 29 sessions, this will be one of them, will be in your members area on June 9th. So that whole new VRA Foundations is rolling out right now. Rabia, this graphic is in the Video Ranking Academy members area. If you were part of the YouTube challenge, it was also part of VIP, and you can get kind of this framework as well. And so if you have any questions and you're here live, drop them below in the live chat. We've got Chris helping there right now from the Think Media team. And if you happen to be watching this on replay or something, you can always shoot us an email at hello@seancannell.com if you have any questions. Because again, we just kind of share this link out privately. But you may have a question or you want help with something, you can always do that. And we're going to jump into it. And yeah, if you've never heard of Video Ranking Academy before, Start VRA. That stands for Video Ranking Academy, is where all the information is about that. But I'm excited to jump into this session. For a little bit of context, the first R in the VRA framework is reverse engineer. It's start with the end in mind. That's the sentence around it. Reverse engineer, and you reverse engineer your videos. Man, like, start before you record the video, like, what's the purpose of this video? What's the title? What's the thumbnail? You reverse engineer your channel. What's the brand of your channel? What are the color, like, what's your positioning? What's your messaging? But you also, first, you want to reverse engineer your revenue. What's your business model? What are you building towards? How are you going to make money? What are the different monetization options? This session is about money mindsets. We just went through the 5 best ways to earn money on YouTube. We talked about some very unique strategies and some things like that. So that's what we're talking about. And this session, I ran out of time yesterday. I had to jump on a meeting, is part 2 of, it's the second part of 10 money mindsets that I think are critical for succeeding on YouTube and creating a full-time living on YouTube. And so we're getting into the second 5. I do have a wife that I was gonna have a little breakfast for before our 9 a.m. meeting. So here's what I think we'll do. I think this will probably take about 20 minutes, which for me will mean it'll be 30. And then I may answer questions for 5 to 10 minutes. And then I'm going to go eat a burrito. And then I'm going to go to my 9 a.m. Staff meeting. And so what up, Coach Plugged In? Good to see you. And thanks for being a part of this little small secret party that we're throwing. Okay. I think we're ready. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know if you can see me. Let me know where you're watching from. Get your coffee ready. Get your mind right, your grind on, your hustle fixed. And we're going to jump right in. Let me know. Sounds all about right. Check, 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 check. Check. Am I in focus? You know, all the things. There's so many times I've went live on YouTube and my mic's been in focus and not me because it's manual. You manually focus it. Oh, yep. Oh, that's a nice chin shot. Man, Sean used to shave. Wow. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks real crispy. That looks nice. Okay. All right. Loud and clear. Not coffee, water, hydration. I like it. Dude, do you want to see this? Look. 1, 2. You think I'm a magician? 3. The real problem is that those are still full. Like all my water is full, and yet my coffee cup is almost empty. It's not funny. Okay. Denmark, good to see you. And here we go. Test, check. 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Video Ranking Academy Foundations. I'm excited because in this session, we're going to get into part 2 of the mindset needed to create a high impact and high profit YouTube channel. You know what? I am almost ready. This is what you get. You came here for this session. I mean, I told you it'd be a behind the scenes look. All right. Great. Okay, here we go. What's going on? All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to the Video Ranking Academy. I'm fired up because in this session, we're going to be talking about the next 5 money mindsets. This is part 2 of the mindset needed to create a high impact and high profit YouTube channel. Again, this is my perspective and position, just kind of some things I've learned that have helped me in business, in YouTube, and in making a difference. And as a reminder, our mission here at Think Media is to help people build their influence with online video and social media. You know, the title of this is not just how to make a high profit, but also a high impact YouTube channel. Our passion is to help purpose-driven entrepreneurs, purpose-driven creators, people that are heart-centered, people that have faith that the world could be a better place and are sharing messages that matter on YouTube. But the thing is, you know, you need money for the mission. That's one of the mindsets. It's that you got to start with building influence because you need to be actually having some followers and subscribers. How can you impact anybody if no one's listening to you or no one's discovered you yet? That leads to income so you can fund the dream and really make a difference, and then ultimately impact, which is not just the content that you're sharing But it's also, of course, the difference you can make once revenue really starts to come in. And as a reminder, this program is built, and this session is a little bit different than what we are talking about in most of the sessions in VRA. Video Ranking Academy is mostly about strategy, the how-tos, the tips, the tricks. And that is critical, because if you don't have the right strategies, the right wisdom, the right game plan, Sun Tzu, the famous military general, told us every battle is won before it's even fought. That's a strategy. That's reverse engineering, the first R in the 7 R's of the VRA system. You got to start with the end in mind. You got to reverse engineer the strategy. But here's what I've learned. Strategy is only really about 20% of success on YouTube. It's the how-tos, the tricks, the tips, the tactics. In a way, it's information, right? Like if information alone changed people, we'd all be healthy, wealthy, skinny, wise, and ripped like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. Come on, that's my goal. And I have not reached it yet. It just keeps, okay. Right? Like if information really changed us, then we'd all just have those results. But we need more than information to get results. And so the point of this program is also the community aspect. That's why we've got our private Facebook group. That's why we do the Q&As. That's why we share stories every month from the VRA show. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future, right? You're an average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and even the books you read and what you listen to. So when you get in the right community, you start to step into an environment where all things are possible. A lot of times your community is like a thermostat. I have a thermostat here in the house in Las Vegas where I'm recording this because it's 100 degrees outside. So I have it set to 70 degrees. We've got a couple air conditioning units to keep it at 70 degrees. The thing is, if we turn those off pretty quick, this house heats up. And then the butter melts. That's like happened before. We had an air conditioning unit went out. I'm like taking fans off. I got like no shirt. I'm trying to work. My computer's overheating because the air conditioning unit went out. But when you set that thermostat, whether heat comes in, when you turn on the AC, it comes back down to 70. If it actually was to potentially get cooler, that thermostat's going to turn the heater on and bring it back up to 70. I've learned that your community kind of keeps like a temperature in your life. Maybe that's good or bad, but when you get around people that can raise you to another level, can take you to another dimension, it really changes the way you think. It changes what you think is possible. You may be heard of Roger Bannister, right? And of course, the famous runner who, back when he was running in the early 1900s, nobody thought that you could break the 5-minute mile. Literally, doctors thought that if you ran a mile faster than 5 minutes, your heart would explode. That if you ran like that it was impossible to actually run a 5-minute mile, that our bodies couldn't handle it, our shoes couldn't handle it, like whatever it was. And then Roger Bannister came along and actually broke the 5-minute mile barrier. Like no one had done it in history. And so there was a belief that it wasn't possible. But then once somebody did it, guess how many people the next year after he did it broke the mile? It was like 3 people. Then the year after that, it was like 16 people. And now today, you've got kids running 5-minute miles at high school track meets. That's not me. I'm a runner. I wish I had the 5-minute mile. I'm more like the 9-minute mile. Or the 8 mile. Come on, Eminem. So like you got like, there's something about getting around somebody who's like, wow, I broke out. I got the results. Getting around people from different backgrounds, ethnicities, diversity. That's the power of a community that's helping you dream bigger, right? Helping you see further. And I believe that's about 40% of our success. But then the last one, psychology, right? This is really the 3 essential ingredients, I think, of succeeding at anything: business, entrepreneurship, and YouTube. But the bottom 2 are oftentimes not talked about. We just think, if I have the right thumbnail, if I get my tags right, if I get my title right, sure. But if you don't have the right psychology, listen, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. That's psychology. We just talked to a student who was wondering, should I keep going? I'm not sure if this is working. I feel like quitting. And I looked at his channel and I saw that he was getting 62,000 views every month, and he'd only been on YouTube for 7 months. And I was like, my God, 62,000 eyeballs watched your content. If we're talking eyeballs, 120,000. Come on. Okay. So like a lot of people. And you've only been doing this for 7 months, but I don't blame him, because I think we all can relate to wishing this was going faster, wondering if this is working, self-doubt, self-criticism. Do I have what it takes? Does anybody care? And even his channel was growing by 400 subscribers a month. But even by seeing that growth, it was, is this even working? And I'm like, 400 subscribers a month? Like, what would it be like for a business to get 400 new customers a month? What would it be like to have, 62,000 people watching your content, listening to your, like, if you would have told my grandparents about that. My grandfather, Lowell Reed, who fought in World War II as an Air Force pilot, and who, after serving, started a dental clinic, and he was a dentist. If I could have told him, like, hey, do you want to get in front of 62,000 people a month that could be potential customers for your business for free, by the way, by just creating content and putting it on YouTube? Lowell's in heaven now, but I imagine if I told him what I was doing with YouTube right now, and that this month we got 4.1 million views on a free platform where we put hustle in and where we could like rank videos in search and where we could do all this. If I told him, I was like, yeah, when you were building your dental practice, I know you had to buy ads in the newspaper and try to get word of mouth and try to get customers. But here's what I do. I sit at home and I talk to a camera and I talk about tech and gear. And CNBC just did a video about me, and like, where did it all come from? Like, did you go to school for it? No, I didn't even go to school for it. Well, how much did it cost you to get in front of those 4.1 million people or those 62,000 people? Well, Grandpa, it didn't cost me anything. I can tell you, I don't think they allow violence in heaven, but if I was having that conversation with Grandpa Lowell in heaven, I promise you he'd punch me in my face. Like, he would literally just be like, wait a minute, you got 4.1 million views from sitting at your home, shooting videos on a smartphone? Come on. Using the internet, and you didn't even leave your house, and you're getting in front of that many people. And then you know how grandparents talk, right? He'd be like, when I was young, I walked to school uphill both ways with no shoes on in the snow with not, you know what I mean? And he would look at the circumstances in the situation that we have, and he would probably just be so shocked by the opportunity, by the possibility. Listen, why do I say all that? Because our psychology matters. Our perspective matters. Our mindset matters. Our mindset matters when we're losing, because you might not be getting 62,000 views yet. You may not have posted yet, or you may have posted 100 videos and they're still only getting 10 views each. You still need psychology to persevere, to not quit, to keep going. Psychology that believes and knows that if you don't quit, you win. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. And so these are all the elements, and that's what this session's all about. And it's a little bit different than what we normally talk about, right? And we just went through the first 5 money mindsets, but in this session, we're going to be going through the next one, and it's money mindset number 6. So write this down, and it's this. If you consider your work to be a calling and your way of serving humanity, you will be able to make money and provide value simultaneously. These money mindsets have been building, and the goal here, this is how this has worked for me on YouTube. My goal has been to align your work with your values and align your values with your work. We believe there's nothing wrong with wanting to make money, right? But make serving your goal. Like, money is a consequence of serving other humans. So when your YouTube channel, the way you entertain, the way you educate, consider your work to be a calling. It's your way of serving humanity. And then you'll be able to make money and provide value simultaneously. In the last session, we talked about, again, money is the consequence of adding massive value. Money is the consequence of serving another human being. It's not the goal. It's something that we understand will happen. It will return to us. It's something that will enter our life, because when you deliver value, when you solve a problem, when you put a smile on someone's face, when you delight a viewer, the result, by the way, you know what YouTube has right now? They have a department called satisfaction. It's one of the algorithmic metrics is what is the viewer satisfaction. And the algorithm is trying to satisfy the viewer. In the last session, we were learning about, do you think about the viewer first, or are you creating selfish content and thinking about yourself first and what you want to say, what you want to talk about? Listen, money mindset number 6, if you consider your work to be a calling and your way of serving humanity, you're going to be able to make money and provide value simultaneously. These are money mindsets that have served me to say, man, I want to take my passion, I want to take what I love, but I also want to think about the viewer first and think about what would add value to them. How can I make this product review the best ever? How can I help this person learn their camera? How can I get to the point fast? I want to watch back my video that I'm editing through the eyes of the viewer. How would this make the viewer feel? Would they get bored here? Am I going off on a tangent here? I just want to have that mindset, and I want to think through the lens of, man, my YouTube channel is just a gift. It's serving, it's helping. And here's the thing, man. We just got this gold play button. We just got featured on CNBC. We just got, the #1 best-selling YouTube strategy book in the world. These results were built on the foundation of me just wanting to start a YouTube channel that serves, that gives, that adds as much value as possible. You could write this down. Make it your goal to add more value than your competitors. And this isn't even a competition. I mean, it is in business for sure, but it's a competition with yourself. But that's the question. Who's adding the most value? Who's adding the most value? And even if you go, well, I don't know if I can add more value. Well, can you add more value than you did yesterday? Can you make your videos more valuable, more satisfying to the viewer? Then you're going to get better results on YouTube. Money mindset number 7, your income is directly correlated to the amount of buy buttons you have on your website. Okay, lean in for this one. This one seems weird because it's like we just learned right in a past session about, YouTube ads, affiliate marketing, brand deals, crowdfunding. And those ones potentially don't have any buy buttons on your website. But what we learned, number 5, was that selling something, 1,000 true fans, is the most powerful, predictable, and really profitable way of actually having a sustainable income through YouTube. So your income is directly correlated to the amount of buy buttons you have on your website. This might trouble you because you might say, well, Sean, I don't know if I understand. Let me ask you a question. How many buy buttons do you have on your website? Sean, I don't even have a website. It's like the first thing, I don't even have a website, let alone buy buttons. I don't even know what I would sell. Well, then that might be the problem. This is money mindset number 7. I remember I sat in a seminar. It cost $2,000, the tickets to this seminar. And it was not about YouTube. Remember, YouTube, we don't want to make a living from YouTube. We want to use YouTube to make our living. This is just reverse engineer. I'm not saying you got to build a whole business and build a website and figure out. I'm saying these are the money mindsets that guided me over the last few years and helped me build a 5, 6, multiple 6, 7, multiple 7-figure business. Brick by brick by brick was money mindsets. And I remember I heard this. Your income is directly correlated to the amount of buy buttons you have on your website. I was like, what? I have 0 buy buttons. Like, how can people give you money? I don't have any money. I'm trying to work from home. Well, how do people give you money? Well, they can't. By the way, we do a lot of work with coaches, consultants, or fitness coaches or mindset or life coaches. And one of the fastest ways to actually start making money, or freelancers, is to set up a paypal.me/Sean Cannell, which is the ability to request money from anybody and say, hey, for $100, I will edit a video for you. For $100, I will design, graphic design for you. Or for $100, like Nicole in our community with Video Ranking Academy, she's a kid's occupational therapist. I'll do a 30-minute session helping consult you on feeding and latching and some other things. And all of a sudden, there's a way for someone to give you money. Well, I don't even know what they'd give me money for. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would sell. I don't know what I would create. Good. That's great. These are the money mindset to actually trouble you, to say, what are you actually building? Remember, this revenue session is like a safari. We're driving through the world. They're like an elephant over there, a zebra over there, a tiger over there. We're looking at the possibilities. I want you to have these as foundational things. How many buy buttons do you have on your website? Well, then the more buy buttons you have on your website, the more income you can produce. So if I can buy merch, a hoodie from you, a mug from you. Well, then I could give you more money. Like my friend Pat Flynn, he's got a tripod called the Switch Pod. That's a buy button. You can buy a physical product that he designed. My friends Benji and Judy Travis have bathrobes. That's a buy button, right? My friend Steve Panette is a real estate agent, and not only has he crushed it with Video Ranking Academy to send clients calling him, which is also really a buy button. They sign up for a survey or they sign up to get in touch with him. So he gets on the phone or they email him and he either sells them a home or helps them sell his home and gets 5% commission, right, on $200,000 home. That's $10,000. So he's using YouTube to promote his real estate business, but now he's made a real estate course that he's launching soon to help other real estate agents learn video. That's a buy button. My question to you, and tell me in the comments, and be honest, how many buy buttons do you have on your website? Do you even have a website? And this really ties into money mindset number 8. But before we get there, I just want to remind you, I'm not saying that you need to panic and have buy buttons tomorrow. Like, oh shoot, I better write an ebook. Like, oh, I better like write a book. It's hard to write a book, man. We talked about in the last session how by giving away a book for free, the audiobook through Audible gives you $5 every time someone just signs up for a free membership, even if they cancel. And we've made over $30,000 by just putting an ad out for, hey, download the YouTube Secrets audiobook for free. If you go to tubesecretsaudio.com, you could just see, try Audible. If you don't have an Audible account, you can get the book for free. So Benji and I had to sit down and record the audiobook, put it online. But I digress. It took us a long time to put this all together. So I'm not saying you have to do this tomorrow. I am saying, listen, let's think big. What's the big vision you're building with your YouTube channel? What's the bigger business model you're building with your YouTube channel? Let's reverse engineer and start with the end in mind, but then let's be patient and make smart moves. Because when I heard your income is directly correlated to the amount of buy buttons on your website, I didn't have any buy buttons on my website either. It was like 5 years ago that I heard that. And I was like, shoot, I was troubled. And I thought, maybe that's why I'm really not making money. I was making like $300 to $500 a month with YouTube ads and affiliate marketing, but I wasn't thinking big enough and I wasn't really thinking different. And so your income is directly correlated to the amount of buy buttons you have on your website. Number 8, your income is directly correlated to the amount of offers you make to the marketplace. Okay? Your income is directly correlated to the amount of offers you make to the marketplace. Please answer below. How many offers did you make to the marketplace in the last 30 days? I'm getting very uncomfortable, Sean. I don't like this session. 0. How much money did you make in the last 30 days online? 0. Well, if your income is directly correlated, money mindset, to the amount of offers, so what does that mean? Again, if you do a vlog and you put affiliate links in the description, but no one's watching the vlog with that mindset or that intent to buy anything, well, it's probably why you're not doing very good with affiliate marketing. But if you review a couple products and you say, hey, these new things are out right now. There's the BlendTech blender and there's the Vitamix blender. The Vitamix is better. Let me know which blender is better. And the Vitamix, I really like it. And there's a sale on it right now. There's a link in the description. It's kind of like an offer. And the the viewer goes, oh, cool. Well, I've been wanting to get healthy and start blending up fruit and vegetables. I'm going to buy that. You actually are like clearly just letting people know they can buy something. That's affiliate marketing, but even more directly when talking about selling something. Hey, y'all. And in the last session, 2 sessions ago, we talked about 1,000 True Fans and broke down how to build a 6-figure income, right? Talking about Fly Ride from the VRA. He's got the hoodie. And if you did 1,000 units of merch once a quarter, 1,000 units of your shirt, of a hat, of whatever, and 1,000 True Fans, and you just did 4 merch drops a year. That means 4 merch sales. A sale. Hey, this is for sale. You can buy this thing now. Don't get overwhelmed. You might be like, it sounds like a lot of work. Because a lot of us look just at YouTube. We're like, can I just like make videos? And you can. And it depends on your business model. And remember, we talked about the two big business models, or the business owner and the content creator. But like at the end of the day, if you're wanting to build legacy and you're wanting to build something bigger and you're wanting to build something, come on, that's recession proof, that will last through the ups and the downs of whether brand deals are happening or if CPMs are up or the fickleness of the market and the fickleness of the algorithm. What's the business you're building? Strategy number 5, sell something. We gave like 22 different examples of things you could sell. There's like so many different options, but you actually have to make offers. So I was doing some coaching with somebody that does bass guitar lessons. So that's their business. They're not a YouTuber. They're a music educator using YouTube to grow their influence. Like Jay-Z said, I'm not a businessman. I am a business man, right? You're not a businesswoman. You are a business woman, right? And his business is I teach people guitar lessons, and he can do it online. So I said he was wanting to reach financial freedom, or at least he wanted to pay his monthly bills. And so he told me the target was around like $2,000 a month, and he was making $500 a month or so. So then my question was, how many offers have you made to your marketplace on YouTube, on social media, on your email list or whatever? He hadn't made any. So I went to his YouTube channel and I looked at the about page, and there was no information that I could even do business with him. And then I was looking for a URL. I said, if you made a YouTube video, and he had some good guitar and good bass guitar tutorials and stuff. And I said, have you made a YouTube video letting your audience know how they can do business with you? And he was like, I have not. And it seems funny, but with empathy, I'm being very serious. Look, I get it. I think there's some fears. This is a mindset. This is psychology. We're afraid to sell something. We're afraid that someone might be like, oh, why don't you just give the videos away for free? Dude, there's always going to be that person. But they don't understand life. They don't understand that it is to sell is to serve. And of course you're going to give away free information. That's what we've been talking about this whole thing. Add value, give free value, show you're good for it. But at some point, you're just saying, if you want to go to a deeper level with me, I'm going to show you how you can go to a deeper level. And you make an offer. So then he said his website needed a ton of work. Like a lot of things needed work. If you dug through the crevices of the internet to even find the page where you could sign up for his guitar lessons. But even still, he's like, well, when should I make this offer? I was like, you should go live right now. Like, hey, just really quick video. YouTube, just want to let you know, I'm putting out these like two free guitar tutorials a week. But I just want you to know, like, if you want like a 30-minute session with me, I'm doing a special right now. You can actually, they're $25 each. But you can get 3 of them for $50, and there's a link below in the description. Just I'm going to keep posting videos, but if you want to check it out, you can check it out. My question to you is, how many offers have you made to the marketplace in the last 30 days? My question to you is, what is your offer? And this is money mindset number 8, because I know that in Video Ranking Academy Foundations, I don't want you to get distracted. Remember, if you try and chase 2 rabbits, you end up catching neither. So I do want you to build your influence first, because influence comes first, income comes second. But we are strategizing, game planning. What's the bigger vision? What's the bigger business model? Your income's directly correlated to the amount of buy buttons, which actually, by the way, means you've set up a proven sales process. There's like a way to do business with you. That's what I asked him. I said, how are you booking clients? He said, well, we kind of email back and forth. Takes like 5 or 6 or 7 emails to figure out a time that'll work for both of us. I was like, could we improve that process? Okay, like maybe just use like calendly.com so that as soon as someone clicks the buy button, they could schedule the time so you could sell more sessions. And what is that? So a buy button is not just a term. the reverse engineering of what's that going to mean? Okay, well, I should probably explain on the page what they're buying and I need to do. Like it'll produce another 55 problems to figure out. But the buy button is as soon as like you could connect with somebody and give them a way to do business with you, then they can click that and then it takes them to the next step and the next step. That's a sales process. Okay. But then the offer is what starts before that. Like explaining clearly what you have and how it can help people. Explaining clearly how people could buy your book or if you're a comedian, how they could buy your merch. If you're an entertainer, how they could buy tickets. You know, again, you say, hey, I'm doing a private comedy show. Link in the description. It's only for 100 people. That's an offer. But there has to be a button to buy the tickets. And there has to be a way to fulfill. And so we don't need to get into all of that. And I'm not trying to get us into a million different directions. I'm just trying to share the money mindsets that we want to get your income up. But it's directly correlated to the amount of offers you make to the marketplace. And listen, this is why a lot of YouTube channels fail. And it's why a lot of businesses fail. It's the inability to nail a profitable business model with proven revenue streams. Write that down. This is why in VRA Foundations, we are starting with the end in mind and reverse engineering our revenue. Because if we are unclear about what our business model is, I assure you our viewers will be. Not that that's like their question, but you know what I mean? Like if you don't know where you're going, how will you know when you get there? Second question, Sean, I want to add more income to my business. Sean, I want to go full time and quit my job. Sean, I want to create an extra $5,000 to $10,000 a year. Whatever your goal is, write your goal down. Be clear on what your goal is. If you're like, but I don't really know what if I have a profitable business model, well, then you're probably not going to have one. You know what I mean? Like clarity is power. And in the last 6 sessions, we've covered the profitable business models and we've covered proven revenue streams. But do you see how powerful this is? Like, can you see what a difference this would make if you had crystal clear clarity on this? Clarity takes time. Clarity takes patience. It might take you a year or two to get clarity, and you're building. Remember, you're getting 1% better every week, uploading a video every week, getting better every week, meeting new people. You're continuing to stack and build, right? But this is why they fail, because it goes back. So someone goes, why did your YouTube business fail? What was your business model? I don't know. What was your clear revenue streams? Not quite sure. How are you going to make money? Couldn't tell you. We talked about how sometimes the reason that we don't have the support of friends and family is not because they're haters. We're going to get those too. And you got to deal with the fear of other people's opinions. And like, who cares about the haters? But sometimes concerned family members or spouses or partners, just the reason they're concerned is they lack clarity. And if you can explain to them, look, this still has risk. This is going to be a challenge. This is going to be something that I'm going to work at. It's not guaranteed. Nothing is. We might get hit by a meteor in 4 seconds from now. Like if we're trying to hedge against every possible scenario, 5G towers might put pandemic viruses, into our cells as the reptilian elites just take over everything. Come on, conspiracy theories. Like, wow, that went off the deep end fast. The inability to produce a product, like nothing's guaranteed, but we need to reverse engineer the strategy, the plan. And that's what this program's all about. So fill out your clarity worksheet, do the workbook, stay committed to Video Ranking Academy, stay in the community, because clarity will come as you take action and as you keep studying and you keep taking notes. We want to nail down a profitable business model that aligns with your niche. And you can do it in everything. If you're an entertainer, if you're a vlogger, like there's a path to do it in every single direction, but you're definitely thinking different. 9 out of 10 influencers, and I know a lot of broke influencers that have high vanity metrics, no foundation, and as soon as a storm comes, their house is built on the sand, man. As soon as a storm comes, it gets knocked down just because they haven't really set up a real business, a profitable business model with a strong foundation, with proven, revenue streams. And I know I continue to say time out, but I'm not saying you need 45 revenue streams today. In fact, that could be dangerous today because it's a distraction. What I am saying is I want you, this whole set of sessions is about vision. It's about the mindset. It's about our psychology, right? Okay, let me see the vision, because I need to start with the end in mind. And then I'm going to break this down into phases and work on what I should work on in phase 1. But now I got a vision for what phase 2, 3, 4, and 5 can look like. So I kind of know where I'm going. I don't know all the pieces. I'm going to focus on the most important actions I need to take today. But this is a big deal. Nail down a profitable business model with proven revenue streams. If I have not made any offers in the last month, if I don't have an offer, if I don't have something to sell, and if I don't know what my business model is, that just reveals to me I've got some work to do. All right, money mindset number 9. Specialization. The riches are in the niches. So Zig Ziglar put it this way: don't become a wandering generality, be a meaningful specific. Specialization. This is huge. See, the temptation is to think, man, I should just be able to offer somebody everything. I'm going to open up a restaurant. What kind of food can you get there? Well, you could get fast food, you could get French fries, you could get American, you could get Mexican, you could get Chinese food, you could get any kind of food that you want. I mean, you could just get it all. And if you're kind of a jack of all trades, you're probably a master of none. Like, I want to go to the most authentic, come on, hipster, non-GMO, organic Mexican restaurant that's absolutely amazing here in Las Vegas. Now, of course, there's fusion restaurants, and that's its own niche. Like, we fuse Asian and Mexican together. It's a special cuisine, but that becomes a niche. But here's the point. It's specialization. If you're trying to reach everybody, you end up reaching nobody. And if you want to succeed, these are the foundational money mindsets that, whether I like them or not, whether they made me uncomfortable or not, whether I said, but why can't I just do like what I want to do and just be wildly successful at it? You can do whatever you want to do. I don't know if you'll be wildly successful, but I do know that these are almost like laws of business and YouTube that how are you different, right? Specialization. There's a difference between generalized knowledge and specialized knowledge. Generalized knowledge is not that powerful. We're learning from the school system that I sat through a lot of classes, and thank God, actually, I don't know if I'm thankful for it. I spent a lot of years of my life studying about just a random information from books, as opposed to going towards my strengths and learning practical skills that would serve me in life. You know what I mean? Like, you've probably went through a lot of times in school, and I'm all for education. I know you know that. There's something about specialization. There's something about being known for one thing, being a master of something. And what we've learned online is that if you want higher income, the riches are in the niches. Like, what is the niche? What is the niche for that to rhyme? The riches are in the niches, right? So Zig Ziglar said, don't become a wandering generality, but be a meaningful specific. Why YouTube channels fail and why businesses fail is there's no real differentiation in the market. There's no real difference. Difference is better than better. Is this easy? No. Is it worth it to figure it out? Yes. Is it powerful? Absolutely. What am I saying? To figure out how you're different. How's your YouTube channel different? And I want to remind you, nobody else has your fingerprints. Even if you're an identical twin, you have unique fingerprints. God gave all of us a unique fingerprint so we could leave our unique mark on the universe and on other people. So the goal of this community and this program, Matt, is to mine out your difference and is to help you double down and amplify your strengths and become you times 2. Because you will be different. Even if you're, by the way, in the same niche, like I think about, like, I got friends that also teach YouTube. I literally have like 30 friends that also teach YouTube that do it in different ways. They're different ages, different genders, different ethnicities, different backgrounds, and they're all making an amazing impact. But we all have different fingerprints. We all do it in a different way. We have a different style. Your vibe will attract your tribe. But on top of that, you got to figure out how you're different. We're not just a tech channel. We have the best tips and tools for creators. We learned about TechnoDad. He does home theater tech. We don't cover home theater stuff. Different. Yeah, we're in tech, but what's the niche within the niche? Double niching. How are you unique in the marketplace? Sometimes your niche is the actual topic itself. like the tips and tools for creators, sometimes your niche is the audience. What does that mean? You start a Think Media style channel, but you're only helping millennial moms learn YouTube and cameras. It's an entirely different niche because you're really focused on a certain demo. I just learned that, especially in India, many viewers and many people watching, one of the greatest growing languages is Hindi. So you have your YouTube channel sharing a lot of the same information or entertainment even that others are, but in a native language. That's a niche, because the differentiation is the market you're bringing it to. Like, everybody needs to drink coffee, but if you throw up coffee written in English somewhere where nobody would understand what that is, then they wouldn't know to buy it. So you've actually taken the same product, but you've packaged it for a different market. Well, that's differentiation as well, right? So this is why YouTube channels fail. And so the mindset is specialization. Listen, Ralph Waldo Emerson said it like this: the shoemaker makes a good shoe because he makes nothing else. Plato said it like this: each man is capable of doing one thing well. If he attempts several, he will fail to achieve distinction in any way. Wow. Do one thing well. Become the best in your niche on YouTube. Become unique on your niche in YouTube. In fact, don't even try to be better necessarily on YouTube. Be different. And guess what? That makes you the best, because you become a category of one. Your unique spin on things. You're the only channel that's maybe in a similar niche, but the only fitness channel for people that work out in the snow with no heaters. You know, I joke, but you find your unique corner of the market. Each of us is capable of doing one thing well. Now, I get it. You got to learn other things. You got to learn skills. But this is where you have impact in the market. You know what I mean? You want to be the best at making running shoes. You know, ASICs, debatable. If you're a runner, this could start a little fight. But I wear ASIC shoes. I've given ASIC so many money. I have the Nimbus 17s, 18s, 19s, 20s, and 21s. I just keep giving them money for running shoes. I don't buy dress shoes from them. I don't buy streetwear from them. I don't buy suits from them. I don't buy coffee from ASICs. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like the shoe, like they have their specific thing. How does that apply to you on YouTube? What is your specialization? What's your greatest strength? The riches are in the niches. Charles Augustin Saint-Beuve said, if you want to succeed, limit yourself. So this is also a good one, because if you want to succeed, you need to do the right things in the right order, phase by phase. Now, I have a warning for you, because this is a foundational mindset and a foundational principle. But the warning is this: don't over-optimize at the start. Premature specialization can be harmful. Okay? So what I mean is, you might feel, oh man, the pressure's so high though. Like, I know I want to niche down, but I feel like I'm just trying to experiment still. I'm trying to find my voice. I don't even really know what content I should create yet. Start creating content. Let's go back to the basics. Get these money mindsets listed up. Get your VRA workbook filled out. Be thinking about it, but at the same time, be creating content. And if you're kind of unsure, feel free to experiment. Try different styles of videos. Remember, at the early sessions we did in this module of Video Ranking Academy, we were talking about how early in Sean Thinks, I was doing a cooking video and I was doing a vlog video. I vlogged for 50 days. I realized I didn't want to vlog. It was for me, I discovered, and I also looked at the results. It wasn't just because of whatever. I thought, okay, I was thinking through the whole thing. I played the whole scenario out, and I was like, where's this all going? What's the sustainability of this? What is it I want for my family and my time and my freedom? I want to be able to batch videos. It's harder to batch vlogs, although I know people who do it. Sometimes they'll cut one day into like 3 days so that they get time off, whatever. Key is, I just want to encourage you to not feel like you have to over-optimize at the start. So what am I saying? I'm saying that these are critical, big vision, big term mindsets, but I don't want you to feel limited and get into analysis paralysis in the moment. I still need you taking massive action, punching fear in the face, pressing record. Premature specialization also can hurt, because it's nice to try a couple different things. I've got 3 YouTube channels that failed that helped me to the 2 that succeeded. And they weren't failures because sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. They were the education of learning myself, learning my voice, learning video, learning how to edit, learning. Sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. I didn't fail. The reason I'm successful is because of the failures that I've gone through. Because those failures were education. So experimentation is great, but where you really break through on YouTube, and here's what this looks like. I've been doing this for 10 years, my friend. And we just started a second channel called Think Marketing to get more specialized. The Think Marketing podcast. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Google, iTunes, Spotify. The Think Marketing podcast, and kind of shifted away from Think Media. So why? So we could get more specialized. But hear me. That was 10 years later. So I'm still saying, how do we specialize? How do we niche down? How do we not be known as wandering generalities in the market, but meaningful specifics? Don't over optimize at the start, but take massive action at the start. I did on Think Media. I was like, what's my voice? What are my videos? Here's the thing. I was making videos. You need to make a video. And then money mindset number 10, when I grow, my income grows. When I grow, my income grows. Listen, these were some laws that I learned, why YouTube channels fail and why businesses fail. And one of the reasons businesses fail, and honestly why YouTube channels fail, is a leadership breakdown at the top, also known as founder dysfunction. Okay? So now we got to get real. I know you're in this program for the tactics and the tips, and you're like, Sean, why y'all up in my business? And you can always skip to the next session. But we're talking about mindset. We're talking about the psychology that's foundational to our success. And there's something about realizing that the success of our YouTube channel, it's not going to fall on your partner. It's not going to fall on somebody else. It's not your brother's responsibility. It's not your parents' responsibility. That no one else is going to show up but you to get this thing done. And that success rises and falls on you. And it falls on your shoulders and it falls on your responsibility. And not only did I have to own that when I was starting my YouTube channel, but I have a unique perspective now because now I lead a team. And years ago, I realized I didn't even know how to lead a team. I didn't know how to hire people. I didn't know how to lead people. I was missing a massive amount of skills. So what I learned is I had to learn new things. I had to change. I had to grow. I had to deal with my BS, my belief system. I don't know what you thought I meant. My beliefs, I had to deal with my BS. I had to deal with my other BS. I had to deal with my issues. And I know this can get heavy, but like at the end of the day, the reason YouTube channels fail, and listen, they might even succeed and then crash and burn because of founder dysfunction. You grow to a certain level of success, but then something breaks down because of the pressure or just because of discipline or because of consistency or because of character. And I'm not trying to get all up in your business on all of those areas, but I'm trying to shine a light to say, listen, when I grow, my income grows. Okay? And when we think about founder dysfunction, like we've all seen like an athlete, a movie star, a social media influencer self-sabotage, haven't we? Or we've seen people that eventually there's anger issues or discipline issues or motivation issues or money management issues. So you've got to know that your net worth will always be in direct proportion to your personal growth and development. And so this law is when I grow, my income grows. So what do? I just simply make a commitment to growth. That's why we say get 1% better with every upload. That's why we say continue to just get 1% better. But don't just work. That's what this program's all about, right? It's about working on your videos, but it's also about working on your communication. It's about working on your confidence and your camera confidence. It's just about growing. And you remember my first video, man, it was ridiculous. I'm not going to try to be energetic or entertaining. You remember early on, we saw Heather's first video that did amazing, but her voice was all high pitched and the lighting was terrible. But all we're trying to do is grow and get 1% better with every upload. You're going to have to learn new skills. Remember, I didn't have a website. I didn't have buy buttons. And so instead of saying, well, I just wish things were different, I said, no, I got to change and grow. I'm going to have to learn something new. I'm going to have to learn new skills. I'm going to have to deal with my BS. I'm going to have to keep working at this. And there's something about doubling down and working on your strengths, but psychology and experts have revealed that you do also have to work on your weaknesses. You can't make an excuse of just, well, that's not what I'm good at. I don't know how to build a website. Figure it out. Everything is figure outable. I don't know really how to like tell a story well. Figure it out. I don't really know how to edit video. Figure it out. I'm not really sure how to design stuff yet. Figure it out. And I want to encourage you, you're capable, you're able, everything is figure outable. You don't have to go as fast as everybody else, but you got to commit to just say, look, if I can get better. And YouTube is the greatest personal growth system I've ever been a part of. You got to be everything, man. I've had to learn how to like be the director, the producer, the editor, the talent, the optimizer, the marketer, the search engine optimization specialist. You got to be it all. So I've just had to grow in new skills. But I've realized that when I committed to skill development, your net worth will always be in direct proportion to your personal growth and development. And there's something about acknowledging the fact that it's never external environments and circumstances that cause you to succeed or fail. It's always about your internal environment. What do I mean? Of course, and I'm deeply empathetic, we went through a pandemic and out of their control, restaurants were caused to shut down. And because of not having enough money saved up, or even the ability with only opening at 50% capacity, the margin on restaurants only like 10 to 20%. So they're like crippled by being told they can't open. So of course, like in some circumstances, external things happen that actually can truncate a business's success. But that doesn't have to make that individual a failure for life, because failure is only temporary. They could pivot to something else. We did another coaching call recently with a woman who is moving online and moving into live streaming because she has a travel business in Mexico and her restaurant's closed. Her travel excursions are closed. The whole thing was closed down. But she goes, I've been through this stuff before. I'm pivoting into something else. Well, you know what that shows me? Is it shows me that she is not becoming a victim of her external environment and circumstances. She's realizing that her internal environment, her psychology, her own self-belief, her own confidence, her own ability to figure things out has her pivoting for success. It's a bad economy right now. And I am deeply empathetic to people that are struggling and facing that. But listen, people have always made money in bad economies. There is always someone succeeding even in a bad economy. And a lot of that has to do with your community and your psychology. Because we can either get bitter or we can get better. And so how does that happen? I got to grow. I got to learn something new. When I grow, my income grows. I got to grow my confidence. I got to acknowledge my weaknesses. I got to deal with my BS, my belief system. I got to learn new skills. I'm going to learn new knowledge. I got to get new perspectives. I got to develop sharper instincts. That's why we created our Camera Confidence course, is to help with mindset and confidence. And listen, it's about becoming more valuable. Because if earlier money mindset, if your income is directly correlated to the amount of value you add to the marketplace, well, then what happens when you get more valuable? Well, simple math, you get more income. So when I grow, my income grows. You may have heard before, the more you learn, the more you earn. Because when I grow, my income grows. And entrepreneurs who succeed spend time with personal development. When I was studying founder dysfunction, entrepreneurs that had wild success in Silicon Valley in startups, but then under the pressure of that success, people started realizing they were like horrible leaders. They treated people bad, or like just different things that happened to them. They imploded their own success. So this principle of dealing with founder dysfunction and dealing and growing as a leader, I know this might feel overwhelming. It might feel heavy, but I'm here to tell you the truth. I'm here to help you get results. I'm here to help us all face together as a community that when we get better, right? When we learn, when we grow, when we become more valuable, that our income will grow as well. So tell me below, which of these money mindsets do you need to adopt? All of them? Is there one specific one? Which one troubled you the most? Which one inspired you to say, yeah, that's real, and I'm not going to necessarily go work on that immediately, right? Remember, it's all about getting focused right now and saying, this whole thing was to get clear and to develop a business model and a business plan. Guess what? I'm actually not a big business plan guy in terms of like Google how to write a business plan, write a 40-page business plan. You do you. That's awesome. But there's something about a napkin plan. Like, what's my plan? Like, what's the business I'm in? And I like it to be able to fit on a napkin because simplicity is power. Complexity is the enemy of execution. But what business model are you going to be in? What are you going to sell? What's your niche? Who's your target audience? Of course, all of that's in your clarity worksheet, your workbook. And these money mindsets are the infrastructure of, I really believe, sustained success on YouTube. And I want to encourage you, these are a couple sessions to take with you. Remember, download the Kajabi app so you can be logged into the course. Take this on your own time and listen to these 2 sessions over and over, because repetition is the father of learning and the mother of mastery. When you listen to these sessions over and over, you're going to be able to have them trigger new things and new seasons of your life. I've learned that sometimes I've had to just listen to the same thing over and over, and I listen to it 6 months later. I'm like, shoot, I'm not even doing that yet. Great. I'm glad I'm listening to it again because I'm reminded again. I'll listen to it 2.5 years later. I'm kind of doing it, and I'm like, oh, wow, I just heard a new dimension of that, a new perspective on that, and it's helped me go further. Because probably one of the biggest commitments, if I had to sum it all up, that has changed my life in business is a commitment to growth. A belief that when I grow, my income will grow. When I grow, my team will grow. I don't mean in even size. I mean that when I get better and become a better leader, that will trickle down. That when I become a better husband, my marriage will grow. That when I get new skills and new capabilities, and that comes down to the foundational mindset that I can figure this out. That everything is figure outable. And that I don't care how fast I go. I'm only trying to get 1% better. That's doable. You can get 1% better in every area. You could be 1% funnier in the next week if you really worked on it, right? You could be 1% richer. You're like, Sean, I got like $100. You only need another $1. That'd be 1 more percent. Like you could go from 100,000 to 101 pretty fast. It's 1%. Brick by brick, step by step. Repetition is the father of learning and the mother of mastery. And so summing up this entire section of revenue, the revenue conversation, the best ways to start making money on YouTube. Remember, influence comes first, income comes second. I want you to reverse engineer the best revenue sources for your channel. Like we went through a lot, and it's not about getting like shiny object syndrome or looking at too many things. It's saying, okay, what's the next best step for me? And then it's also saying, maybe that's like phase 3, because right now I just need to focus on posting my next video. I need to keep working the VRA system, and I need to get 1% better with every upload. And I know where this is going. And remember, plans change on the journey, but if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So you got to just kind of have a plan, then take massive, messy action and continue to grow in the process. Get 1% better with every upload, because when I grow, my income grows. And a couple resources, make sure you get your tickets to Growth Video Live. Of course, your tuition waivers, or we'll have information in the members area below here so you can follow up on whatever access you have to the conference, or if you've already claimed those and you want to go to the event, you can always get all the information at growthvideolive.com, and then check out additional resources in your workbook and in the notes below every video. Like throughout the entire course, there's always additional resources or notes or just important information below the video. So if you ever have a question or something, look there first. And then also, you know, when we talked a lot about the business model side of all of this stuff, that's not the main point of Video Ranking Academy, right? Video Ranking Academy is about mastering YouTube, and we're obviously delivering all kinds of opportunities, whether that's e-commerce, you know, sell something, online courses. That is not what we ultimately teach in Video Ranking Academy. That's what we cover in our Inner Circle program, which is all about membership sites and landing pages and Facebook marketing and Facebook ads and how do you build a website and how do you get buy buttons. And I want us to stay focused though. But if that is something you haven't heard about yet or you just want to learn more about, that's always at thinkinnercircle.com. But remember, you're 1 ranked video away. And when that ranked video is set up right, connected to smart revenue streams, then the game can really change. Remember we looked at Omar? He put out one Lightroom tutorial and connected it to him selling his LUTs in photography. He's made thousands of dollars. One video. He works mainly putting out 2 videos a week on Think Media. So he rarely uploads to his YouTube channel, yet he has passive income coming in like crazy from one ranked video. Will it be every video you post? No. But when you keep posting one video a week, you're upping your chances of hitting that one ranked video, following the process, connecting it to smart revenue streams. And don't forget, great things take time and patience, but one breakout video can change everything. So keep posting. And don't forget that commitment is the foundation of all great accomplishments. We dealt with a lot of stuff in this. We dealt with a lot of heavy stuff, mindsets, thinking, but we got to stay committed. Keep things simple. Post your next video. Get 1% better with every upload, and stay committed to this program. Stay committed to your channel. Stay committed to yourself. Stay committed to your dreams. Stay committed to your family. Stay committed to the why and the reason that you're doing all of this. And I will see you in the next video. Hey, the 20 minutes. The 20-minute session. I got my staff meeting in about a minute, so I hope you got some value out of that. Did you enjoy that session? Did you learn anything? It's been fun hanging out with y'all. Thanks for being here for the behind the scenes. Dealing with your BS, James, the belief system. Yeah, everything is figure outable. Yeah, Sandy, buy buttons are like a buy button. They're actually like building a website and selling something. Something to sell is a way to put that. But hey, stick with it. I know I heard that too, and I was like, I don't got one. What is it? And so keep posting videos. 1% better. Thanks, David. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, let me know your aha moment if you were here live. What was your greatest aha moment? What was your greatest unlock? What do you need to do next? And just getting to speak to you here for 1 minute before I transition over.